Oh, fuck.
Ooh.
What?
I started the countdown before the
The
thing went away, yeah.
This is nothing personal, but I must have your soul.
Wicked Thunder has returned to the ring!
If one needs wings, one needs simply make them.
She's great wings! Ha! A
Front.
wickedly divine!
Out, front.
People speed. Yes, far.
In.
Party out, tanks in. It's gonna be party out, everyone out, tanks in. Healers out. Melee in. And ranged out.
There is no limit
Cardinal.
to Electrope's potential.
She's gathering ether, but to what end?
Southwest spread. Locks.
How's this?
Spread.
Take this! Electrope has many uses. Watch and learn.
Oh, look at that massive
Left.
cannon! Her skills are as sharp as ever.
Oh no!
I'll
It's a
erase
It's a line.
I've been wondering for weeks now if I could greet that final GCD with 2.5 skill speed. The answer is you cannot. You cannot greet that final GCD with 2.5 skill speed.
And the world is a better place for knowing that.
nothing personal, but I must have your soul.
Wicked Thunder has returned to the ring!
If one needs wings, one needs simply nature.
His great wings! Ha! Are
Front.
wickedly divine!
Out. Back.
Yes, baby.
In.
Out, healers out. It's a good pattern. Out, healers out. So out, healers out. In, tanks in. In, tanks in. Out, ranged out. In, melee in.
Heals are so beautiful when they go off the second you take damage. Or when you have a shield that just like doesn't break.
Yeah, the 0 damage rate
Firing
line.
Eva, but to what end?
Next step.
Step.
Southwest. Spread. Guardian.
How's this?
Hard.
Take this! Electrope has many uses. Watch and learn.
Oh, look at that massive
Left.
cannon! Her skills are as sharp as ever.
I'll erase you.
Next step.
Step.
Swap. Swap.
Toxic. See, you can't go. Just get the same thing basically as me every pull.
Yeah.
We only swap once.
Stop the clock. Sure.
Not die here.
That's a post-clear
I
operation,
have no
though.
choice but to surrender to Electro.
Wicked Thunder is discharging vast amounts of ether!
Stay.
DPS.
I will not fail.
Egad! Something is growing from her body!
Debuffs.
Swap.
Supports.
Hold your buffs.
Looking my leg.
My body will hold. It must.
Your buffs are licking your leg.
My dog is. But my buffs also could be licking my leg, I guess. He is technically like a raid plus luck buff for me, so...
Oh yeah.
Thank you. That was a good reminder.
She's taken Electrope into her body and unleashed a new fellow soul!
Tick tick.
Next there.
Row one. Move one.
Nice.
Back
Savory
second
spot.
from Mr. Bomb Tethers.
I was gonna say stay free spread spots.
Now it's savory spread spots.
Knockbacks.
Good job.
Give me fire.
She's using Electrope to convert her body's ether!
Please don't make me move. I don't like fire.
Good dot.
Middle, middle, middle.
Twilight Sabbath.
Yeah, it's Twilight Sabbath. Sloppy.
Next 2 minutes 9 seconds. Southwest.
Step.
Southeast. Middle.
Is it open?
I got.
It's
They're back on their feet!
Partners.
Midnight Sabbath partners.
Inner cards. Hard. Cardinal. Spread. Middle.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Chief, I have no idea how they did that one. Scoring, and then it's gonna be towers.
Tower spot. Turn 4. 4, 1, 2, 3. Fire, start left.
Step.
Buster Bob.
And get ready for sunrise. Remember, this is downtime sunrise.
When Scout calls it, I'm gonna use a macro.
And remember, try to be under the barrel. I'm gonna try to call it. 20 seconds, cannons. East-west towers, north-south guns. North-south guns. Try to be under the barrel to the wall. Sides.
The challenger went down hard.
It is east-west again. It is east-west again.
They're still in it, but for how long?
Kika, do it!
Wait.
Right. Left. And now healer LB3.
All playing.
Magics. But will they
Okay,
be enough
sword
to
quiver.
turn the tide?
Sword quiver. Miss.
I went to the wrong spot.
Oh, come on, please. Please.
Go, big OE!
Just
Mitigate.
I'm trying to mitigate nap. Come on, 1 million
I'm
damage. 1
good.
million
I have
damage.
bloodbath going. I'm good.
You got it.
4%, 3%.
I
You
got
got
it.
this, you got this, you got this!
Tin Dyer. 200k.
Tin Dyer.
Okay,
Let's go!
50k Tin Dyer. 50k Tin Dyer. 5k.
Let's
Oh my god.
I am not. Oh,
It's returned, the
thank
10
you.
dire solo strat.
I vote we give the weapon to Tindire.
You know, give the weapon to Tin Dyer.
Even if it's not a paladin,
Yep.
who knows the call for this?
It's always Tinder's favorite
It's
strat!
always Tin Dyer.
Is decided. Victory goes to the challenger.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
I'm okay with that, Tinder. Let's
Yeah.
give him the weapon for saving the day.
They didn't count on our secret weapon.
I am fucking opening this. It is
Everyone-
the monk weapon. It is the monk weapon for Teld and the fucking
Okay, so Tindar gets the monk weapon.
no.
It's all over.
Tindar, I think we're all serious. You
I
can
think we're all
Yeah.
serious.
No, he
Hell
puts
yeah.
on the monk gauntlets and uses the sword and shield.
Okay, so
Teld gets the monk weapon obviously, but Tindar gets the chest. Like that is just
So-
straight up. Tindar 100%.
okay, so Tindar's gonna take it. Healers are rolling on the mount this
I
weekend.
think I got the song.
Oh god, I rolled an 89. Well, I wouldn't have got it anyway. So Kinka, you and I are rolling on the mount.
Alright.
You may win that.
Or free for all, or
Music is free for all.
Music is free for all, but Mel rolled a 99, so good luck beating Mel.
well, the 9, so basically, you know.
99. Yeah.
You roll
Yeah,
half.
Tindar got the weapon. Congratulations to Tindar.
Got the minion. Is that also free for all?
Yeah,
Yeah, of
me is
course.
free for all.
Yeah, the minion also drops. in
I
normal.
won. Yeah, I got that minion now. Well, I didn't know that. I've only done normal once.
That was actually amazing. I kind of like that more than a perfect clear.
Yeah.
I
That was good.
I rolled an 86 on the coffer as greed, and then an 86 on the music, and then I lost the frickin' mount, and Kinka rolled a 76.
I love it how Tindire jumped from 724 item level
The 7.
to 727. Just 3 item levels and just the weapon. Just straight up best in slot weapon. Like, yeah, no,
Alright, I
Tindire
gotta go see
deserves
how
it.
He was using the EX weapon, right?
Tindire was using the EX weapon. Absolutely, he was. I gotta go to Solution 9 and take a look at the weapon. I
Yeah,
gotta.
yeah, I'm going there too.
I can't believe.
I can't believe we only got that because fucking Tindire managed to live for long enough.
Tindire save strats has happened more than once. It is always Tindire.
It's always Tindire. There he is!
I'm pretty sure I killed Audie there. I misunderstood the sword quiver mechanic and thought the first one was static, and it was not. It was very not static. And we stood right in.
Yeah, Nell, I saw you at the last second. I was like, oh wait, it's not down here.
Are you talking about on Sunrise?
No, I'm
on
talking
the
about sword quiver.
Okay, I'm about to say, like, a cannon pointed right at me on Sunrise.
Hell yeah, there it is. Paladin best in slot until Relic comes out. And Tindire saved 500 tomes. And a weapon upgrade material.
Still bombed is
Weapons
not
this
down
week.
to the middle.
Do what?
I just said we got 2 weapons this week.
Oh, yeah.
We did.
It's good that something useless didn't drop like a machinist gun or like a gunbreaker sword.
Yeah, that's for next week.
That paladin weapon looks cool.
Yeah.
That paladin weapon looks really, really cool.
I'm clipping the clear after. It was way too good.
The shield is so
yeah.
shiny.
It is. So now what are we doing? We're taking a 10-minute break and we're going into top.
So I think I said earlier the vote was for top, was first choice. So I think what the plan is we start top, and then we'll take a break once we finish reclears for like 2 weeks, and then come back and restart top after we've had a break.
So you know, I haven't watched any Top Guides, so I'm going in raw.
It's
It's all Snake Pride.
It's Snake
It's
Fry.
all snake pride.
The whole way down.
I didn't expect us to clear this fast. I was making a P1 guide, but like I was making a P1 guide, but like I can just pull up the toolbox, we can go through it together.
Let me ask this. Do we want to do top like we did DSR, and the fact that we assign people phases and people prep ahead of time, or do we want to do it like we did Savage, where, or we can do both, where how we did Savage, we stop, we watch a video together. How do we want to do top?
Well, there are mechanics in top where it's just watching a video together briefly isn't gonna cut it.
Well, like you saw the decks that we made for DSR, right, Kinko?
Yeah. I think like going over, like spending a decent amount of time of our raid night or whatever reviewing it, but not like,
Yeah.
you know, okay, we got to a new phase, let's review the next, 12-second mechanic, because stuff like P5 is gonna take a bit.
I agree, Tindire. I think the way we did Savage worked very well. But do we want to bring any elements of how we did DSR? Like we assigned phases and stuff like that. Was there any value in doing that to prog DSR?
Honestly, it was cool, but personally speaking, I don't think there was any additional value.
So there were some things that I would change about it.
Yeah.
I like the way that we did Savage. The way that we did DSR, if we didn't do the like teaching sessions, I think it would be a little bit better. So instead of saying like, okay, this is Chungy's week to do a presentation for the group, I think it would make more sense if we did something like, okay, we all study on our own, we watch a video together, and then, Chungy is the resident expert for, whatever mechanic. So if somebody has questions, like, it's my responsibility to, like, know the mechanic well enough to answer any of them for that particular thing. Not like I'm going to have a 15-minute presentation,
Right.
but I have the knowledge if somebody needs it.
Yeah, that's probably
Well,
a
there's
good
so
thing.
many, like, everybody gets almost every responsibility. So ideally, all of us are close to, if not the experts on each mechanic, right?
Well, there's things that you can refine. Like, let's say that we keep dying. That person, it kind of falls on them to lead us to say what is going wrong.
Well, okay,
Um,
hold on. I actually all of a sudden don't know if I like that idea, because at that point, if we're struggling with a phase, we're putting all of the responsibility on like one person for being the reason why we're failing a phase. So like, let's
well,
say we're doing Run Dynamis Delta, and it's like say Nap's responsibility to be the resident Run Dynamis Delta expert. All of a sudden, if we're stuck with like a full month of prog on Dynamis Delta, then all of a sudden it's like, oh my god, well fuck Nap. Nap's the one who is supposed to be responsible for this.
So that's not how I meant it when I said it. What I mean,
Okay.
a good example, Kenka, to kind of hopefully put your mind at ease here. If we're on phase 1 and phase 2 is my domain, right? Before we hit phase 2, you might watch the video and be like, I'm not entirely sure that I understand this piece of it. We shouldn't be waiting until like a week into phase 2 prog to ask questions if possible. It should be like, oh, okay, I just watched the video, I'm not 100% certain, how whatever Pantocrator's the only mechanic I know the name of. I don't 100% understand Pantocrator, and that's Cal's domain, so let's reach out to Cal before we raid on Thursday and ask him questions to try and correct misunderstandings before we start.
I get
Gotcha.
that, but still, though, I mean, if we're all doing our research, like, we all do want to, look into the fight. We don't want to make the scale way heavier on one person than another, even if, that person's looking ahead more than somebody else. I mean, ideally, we all just ask questions. Anything anybody doesn't understand, I mean, everybody just,
So-
look into phase 1 and phase 2, and then take it in chunks.
So I guess let me throw out something and then figure out what's the best way to prevent it. For example, I think one of our biggest issues in DSR was not identifying the mid issue in Roth early. Because we did Roth for like 2-3 weeks before we found out that.
From what I understand, you also had a non-verbal healer, so that's a massive boon. Well, no, Debo's not boon.
So,
Well-
I think my concern here is if we don't, so previously, from what I have experienced in the group, and don't take offense to this, please, but it seems like Cal becomes like the resident expert for most mechanics, which is great, but Cal can't speak on Fridays. So it becomes difficult on like our biggest raid day when that particular event happens. And we've definitely had some Fridays where it's like, man, I wish we had somebody that knew what Cal knew going into this specific thing.
So how about this? How about
Well,
we
okay,
just...
is that a knowledge thing or a shot caller thing? Because again,
It's a shot
ideally-
caller thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Also a
Ideally, all of
knowledge
us have
thing.
the knowledge.
Well, how about
None
we
of
have
us
a...
should be short on knowledge. Is my point. Like,
Right.
I'm gonna look into all the phases as we get closer and closer, regardless of who the resident expert is.
So...
And you should, but if you don't understand something and you're not getting it from the guide, if there's somebody you can ask,
Right.
I would rather you have somebody that can, even if you don't know, or I don't know, or somebody doesn't know, like, I don't want there to be any kind of misunderstanding and somebody not know, like, oh, okay, what should I do? And if there's the sense of responsibility that somebody needs to understand every part of Pantocrator, somebody needs to understand every part of Looper, or whatever, then you at least have somebody knows exactly what you need to have, or knows the answer to the question. Like, if everybody's research comes up a little short and anybody has a question, I don't think we can expect everybody to understand the ins and outs completely after studying, and I don't want anybody to be like, oh, I'm not sure what to do, not sure where to ask, and then have like a 2-week block.
So, what if we have backups for calling? Like, we always have 2 people who are able to call a mechanic. That way, if it's Friday and Cal can't call something, or because I can call a lot of stuff, but there's some mechanics that I struggle to call with, or if it's during a bad burst, it's really bad for me to call. What if for certain phases people are able to help call if the main people calling can't call?
I think that would be a much bigger benefit than.
Because
Well, I mean, it could be a benefit in addition to one person, being more versed
Yeah.
on other mechanics. But because we all are going to share nearly every single mechanical responsibility. It's not like
Right.
it's all on healers or whoever. Like,
Well, I
we
think-
all do want to hold each other responsible with knowledge.
Sorry for cutting you off. I think that
Oh, no,
also
you're good.
goes into what you're saying, is that if someone is able to call, then you probably understand that mechanic fairly well.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. If you're confident enough to call, yeah, that means that you, I don't know, through progression, it clicked for you, and then you start confidently calling it, and then, we're good there. I think
'Cause
that's cool.
Because I think if you think about 4, like, Nail called certain things, I called certain things, Cal called certain things, Chunky backed up Cal's calls when Cal couldn't talk. If you're able to make calls, then you understand the fight. So it's not even putting the entire phase, it's saying that we should have 2 people who are able to call a mechanic. So if that first person is unable to, for any other reason, we still have someone who is knowledgeable enough to continue making the calls.
Yeah. No, don't ever have a single point of failure.
Yeah, what do you, from your perspective, Chung, does that align?
I think that definitely helps. I guess what I'm really trying to get out of this here is just when we assign those different mechanics, there's a higher level of initiative and learning that I don't know that we necessarily would universally get when we didn't do it.
Right.
But I mean, if we can do it either way, we can do it with videos, and with the second shot caller is effectively going to be the same position.
Yeah.
If you're knowledgeable enough to call it, you're knowledgeable enough to answer questions on it. I'm good with that.
Well, I think it's a combination. We're still going to do what we did during Savage. We're going to stop and screen share and watch videos, watch Hector, watch any guy we can find, talk about it as a group, but then we also have a secondary shot caller, so that way you have 2 people knowledgeable enough to call them face.
I imagine we'll have nights where we do the sim too, just because as we get further into the fight, like, we're only gonna get a few good pools before our raid time hits.
Yeah.
Whether that's, I'm sure we'll do some extra days here and there. I expect it. Whether it's then or, the first 30 minutes, if, we're getting further in.
Yeah, the
Just
sim
make
is...
sure our options in sharing knowledge and responsibility are open.
And I think this is a good raid review before we start. I think the other thing is, if anyone feels that we should do the sim, then we should consider stopping and doing the sim. At the same time, we don't want to overdo the sim. We don't want to live in the sim. But there is a balance. But I think if, like, for example, is like, hey, can we do the sim for 10 minutes? Then it's just like, yeah, let's do the sim. So everyone should be willing to say, hey, can we stop for a minute and do the sim? Is there anything else that people want to talk about from the Savage tier or about how we're going to prog top?
I think going back on it for a sec, the way we did Savage versus the way we did DSR, I liked Savage a lot better just because it felt like more of an open conversation where anybody could ask whatever question they wanted.
Right.
I think the presentations ended up just being a little too rigid.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's more or less we're finding what works and what doesn't, and I think maybe we're moving towards a better balance. I think that overall, we found some stuff that worked very well in Savage. But I think if we take some components, not go all out with presentations, but kind of what we're saying, then it may work pretty well. Oh my god. That screenshot.
Yeah, did you make that?
Yeah.
I love it.
Who hasn't said? Does anyone want to add anything else?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to teaching Looper. Let's fucking go.
Oh god.
So I have created a channel for top resources that we all have access to. There is nothing in there right now.
There will be in a moment.
So I'd say let's take 10 minute, 10 minute break. I know we talked about it, so there wasn't really a break, so.
What is BIS still the same for top?
This is
Oh,
still
no,
the
it's-
same as Endwalker, yes. It doesn't. So next raid tier, this is going to be level 100, but this raid tier. Oh, me? Phase 2 in range.
Complete.
Yeah, I need to grind that dungeon, but
Oh yeah. My top build is complete. I still have it saved.
Why can't I cast a glamour plate? Oh, because I'm not wearing two rings.
Help.
Let me double check if this is right.
Actually, here's a question: are all of us in NAUR?
I think I need an invite.
Let me grab.
Yeah, you're not in there. Because what I was gonna do is I was going to just like link the top channel for NAUR in our top resources.
Well, send me the invite to the Discord too, but we can do that as well.
I think this is the invite. Yeah, it is.
I gotta dip out early, migraine is not improving. Help! Well, we're down a person. Do we have a monk?
Or just a melee.
Or just like
Yeah.
anyone who can act as melee?
Give me a sec. Actually, you know what? I really don't think Tyr's gonna want to go back in the top right now. He's probably just gonna say no.
Ah, fuck, I don't know if I have anyone who can go into top P1. Actually, I might.
May just need to go to Primal.
Oh, now I'm gonna be sad for all of top now that Futon's gone. No.
That's right, you have nothing to do.
Like, it's the worst too because your GC, like, your flank and rear positionals, like, they ended up being basically exactly the same, but less engaging because now you don't have the speed buff.
Yeah, now it's just like a fucking kunai stack thing that increases your rear positional.
I was really hoping they do something interesting with that gauge. Instead, it blows ass. I'm so pumped. That was my first time seeing like the real Tyndire strats.
I mean, technically, the first time we saw Tyndire solo strats was in fucking M1 Savage.
Oh, was it there too? Yeah, it must have been.
Yeah, our first clear of M1 Savage was just like Tyndire and Chungi. Tyndire got the boss down to like, I think 500k HP, and then he died. And then Tyndire and Chungi duoed it together to death.
I remember frantically trying to call everything that was going on right at the last part. I still remember the stress.
Nah, it's a Tyndire thing.
I've heard of Lost Tank solo strats before, but Tyndire solo strats? I've heard of that.
Wait, it's an off-take thing to save the day? Do we want to go to Primal?
I don't think I have anyone, unfortunately.
I mean,
The
because
one-
we're go ahead.
The one guy that I've been like trying to get to sub for us has been unavailable.
Well,
he's still unavailable.
I mean, we're starting fresh, so it shouldn't be hard to find someone if we go to
Yeah.
Primal. I'd say let's go to Primal then. I'll set up the PF.
Okie dokie.
Ooh, and you are doing DSR speed prog.
It's toxic that they still haven't opened up Aether. 4 top parties on
There's
Aether. Go ahead.
Apparently a plugin that will shove you into Aether.
That sounds
Dust.
incredibly janky,
Yeah.
Basically,
just inherently.
it will log you. You select the data center you want to go to. It will log you out of the game, and it will refresh every second. And as soon as the servers auto load on Aether, auto load balance to like accept someone new, boom, you're in.
Like, I've been trying to create a character to skip the story and then have it ends in 90 on Aether just for extra prog, and I can't even create a character. You can't even create characters on Aether.
Alright, where are we going? Primal?
Primal.
Primal.
damn it! I don't have top unlocked.
Wait,
What?
what?
We need to
How?
do
You
P8?
cleared 8, have you?
Oh,
Find the wandering minstrel that gives you.
Yeah.
top.
Okay.
You just had- you-
Oh,
I was like, oh
Back
god,
into that
no.
hellhole.
It's in Old
What?
Charlian, right?
Yeah, near the dock.
Yeah, I talked to him to unlock DSR and didn't talk to him to unlock top.
Fucking heart attack.
You almost made me log off forever.
You were there when I
Yeah,
cleared 8.
I know. That's why I was like, was it a fever dream?
Chunky, I would have fucking, like, PayPal'd you money if I had to. Because I sure as shit haven't cleared P8 Savage.
Oh yeah, I remember
You can't
the
make me
story.
go back.
I'll never go back. Phase 2 I like, Phase 1 can, you know, get fucked.
Don't worry.
Now, is that the P1 toolbox from NAUR, or is that
It
the
is.
Sexton? Okay.
I just look into in the top channel.
Yeah, the top channels which we'll probably be using simply because the toolboxes are newer. And, I mean, I'm assuming some party finders are still going to be like, hey, we're using old sauce bin, or some parties
No.
are going to be like, oh, we're using NAUR strats.
Those sauce toolboxes are not great.
I haven't checked, so I don't know.
Oh, for top?
Yeah.
I like that for Beetle, let's just use whatever.
Yeah, Beetle is...
M1, M2 are fine, it's really once you get into 3 and especially 4 and 5.
So one's take towers, 3 grab tether.
Yep. It's
grab them.
really straightforward. There's just a little bit of like nuance. Like if you are acting group 1, don't go to group 2's tether. Don't do it. You're gonna cause a wipe. If you are acting group 2, don't go to group 1's tether.
Top. That's crazy, clearing P8S in that time frame and talking to the wandering minstrel.
God, we have 10 Darsavis strats and Chuggy God strats. Wait, why is the Scholar in group 1 on this toolbox?
Some people put...
Wait.
Ah,
Oh yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't
Yeah, we
matter.
can
They're
do
just.
whatever.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I understand it doesn't matter, but region is always group 1.
I mean, yeah, like most people will do group 1.
Those towers are completely random.
Be right
It's not
back.
like they spawn clockwise or counter.
So the towers have a couple of rules that they have to follow, and those rules are there will never be 2 towers on the same cardinal or intercardinal. So you can't. So if you look at the toolbox, you can't have both towers on A. That's never going to happen. You can have a tower on A and a tower on D. You can have a tower on D and a tower on B, but you can't have 2 towers in the same spot.
Gotcha.
The people who have to rearrange their party list are really only the tanks and the melee. If you're arranged, you don't really have to rearrange your party list, and neither really will the healers. The healers are always going to be going to static spots.
We still have people lost in the void.
oh,
Tank is here. We're missing map.
I completely forgot that we
Same
Yeah,
nap.
we're on
Same.
Primal.
made the party.
Okay, yeah, we're missing Nap and we're missing one Phil.
Kind of
Alright.
mentally checked out, so this is gonna be fun.
I mean, our goal is not to clear tonight. It's just to get our feet wet.
We're not gonna clear this in an hour? Alright, I'm fine enough with static. See ya.
Understandable.
Don't you remember that Ukob guy that's like fresh to clear?
Oh my god.
And then he's like fresh to clear, no salt, and then he's just like fresh.
Yeah, I was in his freaking party when he trapped all of us.
The one guy that was like, I just unlocked this, I don't know what it is. Can you guys help me clear it?
And then everyone just gets mad at the dude.
I have to look at the one strat. What the heck? Playing catch with a ram?
One counterclockwise.
You fraternizing with the primal players?
I mean, Behemoth is the Brazilian server for all I know.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, people just talk
Cool.
in Portuguese and say chat.
Oh, that's
This guide's like not even in English for me right now.
Which guide? The P1 guide for Looper?
Yeah. I gotta like reset my brain.
It's just Snake Cryo, honestly. Like, don't think too hard about it. It's literally just Snake Cryo, and depending on your debuff, you will, and for you, Chunky, the healer's debuff as well, you will either be acting group 1, so you're going to be going counterclockwise from northwest, 4, or you're going to be acting group 2, meaning you're going to be going clockwise from 4, which is northwest.
Is Twin Tails good for this fight?
Eh,
I think
Yeah.
for
They
do weird
phase
shit
one,
again.
Yeah.
no, he doesn't. It's a good overall guide, I think.
You'll have mechanical understanding.
Yeah, like you'll have mechanical understanding. It's entirely possible that like the later phases of Twin Tails don't go over what NAUR does, but you'll get the mechanics.
I mean, there's only so many ways you can do 3 and like 3.5, right?
Yeah, it's true. And that phase is, that's hello, right?
3 is Hello World and monitors. Phase 3.5, aka 4, is the fucking M4 Savage intermission. It's basically M4 Savage intermission.
Yeah.
Like,
And that
we are
shit's
in-
probably not nearly as tight as it was.
If we were an Aether, we would have filled by now.
It is also 9 p.m. on a Thursday.
With DDoS attacks going on.
Yeah, true.
I
Some people
still-
might just have dipped at the first one.
My fear is that... Gut.
We have done a lot of extra raiding. We could just like take the night off.
I wouldn't be against it.
Fair.
It
I
takes too long
definitely
to
wouldn't be
feel.
against it. Actually, you know, I feel like we should probably put it to a vote where, like, you know, we can still hang around and chat in Discord, but like, if we want to just not raid for the night, we should just like ready check. Yeah, take the day off, or ready check. No, I want to keep raiding.
Yeah, okay, I'll set up a ready check.
Okay, yes, if you want to take the night off. That's the vote.
I'm hitting a oh. Yeah, I'm hitting a training dummy, so it's gonna auto no, but I don't mind either way.
Okay. So Nell wants to raid top. Okay, majority says let's
Take
just
the
take the night off. Still hang out in voice chat. Still go over some of the top mechanics, but just
I
not
guess-
stress and raid tonight. I'm just going to top tomorrow.
That gives people time to research